I'd like to call to order the Monday, June 18th, 2018 meeting of the City of Monona Finance and Personnel Committee. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Kitzler.
Here.
Alder Wood.
Here.
Mayor O'Connor.
Here. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the May 21st meeting?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Minutes are approved. Let me see here. I'm sorry, I'm not. There are no, sir, do you wish to make an appearance?
No.
Okay. There are no appearances. There is no unfinished business. The first item, 6A, under new business, is consideration of Resolution 18-6-2273, approving the reallocation of HVAC repair funds to perform retro commissioning, engineering inspection, and report. Is there a motion to approve this?
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Brune.
All right. As many of you know, we've had some fairly significant HVAC issues at City Hall and the library in the last year or two. One unit on the rooftop at City Hall is no longer mechanically functioning the way it's supposed to. One unit on the rooftop here is no longer mechanically functioning the way it's supposed to. And considering that, we budgeted last year $225,000. That goes along with the HVAC control systems in each facility are both outdated. So we were planning on updating the HVAC control system as well. And we found since the spring of 2017, more issues with the system overall. There's lots of components to the system, and simply replacing the rooftop units may or may not actually solve the comfort issues that we're having here at the library and at City Hall. We have air volume issues, airflow issues at City Hall and the library, and it's become pretty, it's known now that we need to do a comprehensive review of all facility mechanicals for HVAC systems, both here and at City Hall. So considering that, and with some feedback from the facilities committee, including two of the members there, that one is an HVAC expert, one is a facilities project manager for American Family. Both recommend that we do a study or an inspection, a very thorough inspection of both systems here at the library and over at City Hall, and then phase in a more logical approach to fixing each system. Now, whether that means something needs to be done this year or not, we will have to see if this is approved. If it is, most likely we'll spend money on engineering. They'll come in and do this review. We'll look at each system in a comprehensive manner, every component, and decide what is the highest priority to be changed now and what can wait till the future. So the idea is that maybe some of the rooftop units here don't have to be switched out this year. It's a possibility that they're functioning in a way that they could last a year or two. And instead, we might be able to switch out or change out, replace, or otherwise other components of the system to make it more efficient and operate better as a whole.
So essentially, you want to take $20,000, correct, of the money we had allocated for replacing the rooftop units and use it to bring in a mechanical engineer to study this first.
That's correct.
Correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And, yep, go ahead.
And the reason we didn't do that last year, it was because new things had come to light
Yes.
that had required. Okay.
Yep. That, and we didn't have money last year to budget to this. So we didn't have any money to budget for a mechanical engineer at that point in time.
Yeah. I just mean, we budgeted for this in the capital budget last year.
Yes.
For this year.
Yep.
The reason we didn't ask for that last time was because new things came to light.
Yes, that's correct.
And we thought those were the only problems.
That's correct.
Okay.
And we were told by Kilgist and Commercial Air that at that time, they believed that if we replaced the rooftop units, we'd gain some efficiency, possibly some comfort. But we're not 100% sure whether that's actually going to fix the issue. And we do know of other new issues since budgeting that have come to light that are fairly significant.
Okay. Alderwood?
This does not include the community center, is there,
It does not.
was that considered?
I told him to hold off in the community center because as part of this facilities planning,
Right,
we're not quite sure where we're going to go with that.
okay,
And since we had only funded the money for the city hall and the library, that's what we decided to focus on.
okay. And did Strand indicate how quickly they would turn the study around?
They believe that they can turn it around within the month
Oh.
so that we have, or at least get most of it done within the month, so that we have at least a prioritization for potential projects for 2019 to include in the capital budget for 2019.
Yeah. Anything else? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next, item 6B, consideration of resolution 18-6-2275, approving participation in a grant opportunity with the Office of Energy Innovation for a renewable energy feasibility study. Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second,
Mr. Bruin?
So this came to my desk the very last week of May, the first week of June. This grant opportunity is, we're planning on doing a cooperative application. Middleton's going to lead the application process for this, but Fitchburg, Sun Prairie, us and Middleton are all participants in this process. We also just got word that Waterloo may also be participating in this application. The idea behind this application is to perform a feasibility study looking at potential to expand our renewable energy projects. Right now, we have the solar project on the 4 facilities. In 2 years, we have to decide whether or not we want to continue with that project or that program. If we want to extend a lease agreement with Falcon Energy for a year at a time after the 6 years, according to the original contract. So that's a possibility, and we need to look into whether that's feasible, if that's beneficial to the city. So this would look at that, and would also look at it potentially expanding either solar or wind power in the city. So the cost share with this grant is all staff time. So I would record staff time, and I would record our interns' time and any other administrative work that has to happen from any other departments. We would record that, and it would be our payment forward towards the grant. So
Any questions?
yeah.
Doug?
So who's providing the grant then?
the Office of Energy Innovation, it's I believe it's part of a federal pot of money that carried over from what was originally part of the stimulus program in 2008, the original stimulus program. And it was about $23 million, and the Office of Energy put it into a grant program, this grant program, and it is supposed to last 5 years, and every year they'll divvy out a certain amount of funds from that pot of money. So that's how I understood it.
So will somebody be hired to do the
Yep.
study in addition to labor contributed by the municipalities?
Yeah. So Seventh Wave is a nonprofit third party, and they would be the consultants on this project, and they would help us derive our benchmark for energy use on all the facilities, look at our inefficiencies and or deficiencies compared to other municipalities' facilities of a similar type. For instance, our energy efficiency here at the library versus other libraries at other municipalities. And based on that, we look at our priorities and where we can and cannot do a potential project. But really, it's devoted towards renewable energy and expanding on renewable energy. The Office of Energy Innovation is the key. So to do projects that aren't retro commissioning, which is what we talked about with the HVAC,
Right.
instead to do something innovative, something different, a little bit new, most likely devoted towards renewables. So,
Okay.
but the idea behind the grant and the idea behind the study is that they want to study what is actually feasible for the city. So, given our future budget constraints and all that, what could we actually do? What's in our wheelhouse?
Okay.
Okay, and would it cover fleet operations?
Not likely.
Okay,
Really, they're looking towards renewables.
right.
Unless that was switching part of our fleet over to fully electric vehicles or something like that. That could be a potential project.
Right, okay. And do you have an idea how many hours of your time and your intern's time would be taken up by this?
In the after we got the cost estimate for staff time, I started to look at the numbers and hours, and right now we have a total of, this is completely a guess, it's just an estimate, of 106 total hours, 82 by myself, full-time staff, 24 by our city intern, sustainability intern. That's a cost share total of around $6,624, which does not, at this point, include an estimate for costs for travel, which I don't anticipate having costs for travel, costs for supplies, indirect costs, or fringe costs. So those are not incorporated into this cost share yet at this point. We have until June 29th to finalize the city's portion of this.
Okay,
And this is strictly a feasibility study, correct? It's not committing us to any
No.
specific project.
Yeah, the money from this year's grant cycle would fund just the feasibility study.
Yeah.
And we would get a plan or report from that study. And then it would tell us if we
Right.
wanted to go proceed, this is your implementation plan or process. And we could follow that, we could, revise that, we could just say we can't do it. But it would give us a pretty good report.
And I would also add that sustainability apparently has been spending a lot of time looking at renewable energy, so this would kind of fit into what they're doing. So anything else?
Nope.
All in favor, say aye.
aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Brad, you're up for the next one also.
I am.
6C. Are
Nope,
you?
that's-
I think you are, or someone
Nope,
else?
that's me.
That's
Oh.
April.
That's
Okay,
me.
I'm sorry. I see
Unless you want-
Strand, I think Brad.
Unless you want to.
Consideration of Resolution 18-6-2272, authorizing a contract with Strand Associates for engineering services for the Riverfront redevelopment Park Plaza. Is there a motion to approve?
Move approval.
Second.
April.
This task order is for professional engineering final design for implementing the Riverfront Park and Plaza project plan, submitted by Strand Associates for $70,700. Strand is going to help permit and select the final amenities and furnishing for the project and prepare engineering drawings and bidding documents for park features. And these will include erosion control, landscaping, lighting, stormwater, a floating dock, and hardscaping. Funds will be included in the TIF 9 project accounting and would need to be borrowed in a few months with other project expenses. There's a breakdown of the $1.7 million project estimate, which is kind of a moving target at this point, and that cost breakdown is included in this packet. And we literally just met not even an hour ago, and those numbers on that are going up and down, but it does include the engineering costs.
Any questions? Andrew?
In the original budget, this was included, right, when we were talking about it way back when? Or is this a new signature line?
The 1.7, I believe, did include the engineering fee.
And then, kind of a facetious question, but
Mhm.
it says not to exceed 7,700. Do they ever go below?
That's a
What's that, 100 or 2,
Yeah.
give or take? Usually above.
Anything else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. And finally, acceptance, item 7, acceptance of general fund accounts payable checks dated May 18th to June 14th, 2018, documentation of invoices paid is available in the city clerk's office. Mr. Hautaker.
So like I said, mine's usually different than yours, but I'm going on the top. There's page numbers. So I'm just going to start at page 2, Maggie B. She's doing her communication project that's ongoing right now. Page 3, advanced disposal. The rebates right on target. This is just an April monthly cost. Kind of page 4, Exley Burleson, as you can see, what's been worked on so far by your attorneys for 1 month. Right underneath that is Barnes, so that's our quarterly brush pickup cost that we are having. There's going to be a lot of capital in here, but page 5, Keurig Aquatics, just recently purchased part of our capitals, the robot cleaner that you use to pick up some efficiencies. Any questions, just let me know, because otherwise I'm going to jump around here. So page 12, it's kind of all the time in here. Robinson Brothers, they're finishing up here. The Ahara demolition, they'll be finishing up here fairly soon with the other Woodens property. Let's see here. A bunch of marked. Page 20. McKay's Nursery. These are purchased part of our right-of-way tree program, the replacement trees. Page 21, Northland Door Systems. Just going to hit on this, the maintenance costs for our salt shed door. Had to be some maintenance done.
Can I bring you back to page 20 real quick?
Sure.
There's a lot of squad repairs. Is that just annual maintenance that we bring 3 cars in for, or is something happening with?
I believe this one was just annual maintenance.
Which
Yeah.
one, what's the,
It was one. It was just. It's related to one car, but yeah.
So it's like $1,000 for 1 car.
Yeah. Page 22, Rainer Fire Equipment Services. Here's an expensive repair for the heater repair. Page 23, another kind of expensive repair is the Total Energy Systems, the City Hall generator repair that was needed just recently. Page 28, GEC, General Engineering Company, is our first bill for the inspection services for April building. Page 32, here's one, basically 1 month worth of bills for Strand is the difference. A lot of projects they've been working on for us. And page 33, Vanderwall 2. They've been working on various projects with us too. Page 35, you'll see City of Monona and Dane County Clerk of Court's office. Woodens property, that is officially now our property. Monona Bank on page 40. Just any questions on here's the monthly credit card statement and payments. And that's all I have. Oh, page 44, I forgot, United States Chemical Storage. So this project, the pool chemical storage room, that's one of the last, that's winding up that project. I believe that was the storage building they bought. So that project, as you can see, if you've been down the pool, is basically complete now.
Okay, any questions, Alderwood?
Yeah, all the way back on page 1, there's an item, 3 items for U.S. Department of Education.
Yeah, that is a garnishment that we had to catch up on.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
Alder Kitzler? All in favor of accepting the bills, say aye. I'm sorry, is there a motion to accept the bills?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.